CTE Masters Series, Video 1, Pro 1, Aiming and Sighting. I'm moving into the CTE Pro 1 approaches, the various ways to apply center-to-edge aiming under the umbrella of CTE Pro 1. I have decided that each of the approaches, each of the CTE approaches, will be presented on its own playlist. This particular playlist will be entirely devoted to that of Pro 1. And I do want to reiterate, this is not a re-teaching of how to use Pro 1. If you're new to this series and you're interested in my book, Center Pocket Music, using CTE Pro 1 to improve your pool game, there is a wonderful section with everything from A to Z about Pro 1 in chapter 24. Just the content matter in chapter 24 for Pro 1 is worth the price of the book. But anyway, you can also learn about Pro 1 on my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing to that. In my Truth series. So the content in this opening video is important. As I've gone through the years as a CTE practitioner, my vision has grown, has deepened. My skill set for how I use my vision has grown. So my purpose with this Master Series is to help you along, to help you shorten your learning curve. Because see, when you start CTE, you're clearly a beginner, a novice. You're not a master. I've been at this for 15 or 18 years. So my vision has gone deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So I'm sharing with you what it is that I'm seeing, so that hopefully you can shorten your learning curve and help you along with your journey towards becoming an expert or a master at center-to-edge aiming. Now, nothing has changed in this book. This book is correct. This is just a look at what is seen through the eyes of a master. The content in this video is aiming and sighting. Let's talk about aiming first, because there is a difference between aiming and sighting. Just the names indicate that. One line you aim and one line you sight. For this particular outside here, this 15 outside, the aim line is left cue ball edge to object ball A, if I can set this up. There we go, close enough. This is an aim line. Now when I turn my head this way, I can see that aim line. I can actually aim it up. Think about that. It's an aim line. So how do we aim? You can actually see the one tick on the edge of the ball to the one tick that represents this quarter line. It can be aimed up. So if this line can be aimed up, can the sight line be aimed up? No, it cannot. It can be sighted. So the question here is, how do you sight? Well, over and over and over in my book, I discuss aim the aim line, to see the sight line as a perception. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into how to see a perception. Now here we're looking at a 15-degree perception, not a 15-degree angle. This is going to be very enlightening information to you as students of center-to-edge aiming. The way that you sight is not by looking at the cue ball. So, for example, I'm going to put this line right here, this short line here, to SP15 on this object ball, and it basically, if I track it back to the cue ball, it tracks back to the center. So when I sight, I do not look at the cue ball. I look at the object ball, but peripherally, I'm picking up the center to this one tick here at this sight line. I'm picking up SP15. So when I'm sighting, I'm not looking at the cue ball. My vision is right about here, picking up SP15, and peripherally, I'm picking up the center as a perception to this one tick that represents SP15. So I'm absolutely picking up a 100% perception of center to SP15. I'm not trying to aim it up. I can aim this. Now if I remove this, which technically, as you move along with center to edge aiming, the solution to this shot should just be a mental exercise, edge to A. That's it. It should just be edge to A. You don't have to, as a master, aim edge to A. You're going to progress beyond that. The edge to A becomes a mental trigger as to what's going to happen. And I'm going to go into detail as far as what happens at the mastery level, at the expert level with this. But we're talking about aiming and sighting here. Absolutely, when you're working with Pro 1 to begin with, you're going to have to go through a lot of tedious aiming. That's part of the process. But as you move along, I can step into this shot and all I need to do is sight. I don't have to aim. Now when proper sighting occurs, it becomes so effortless because you're not having to aim this center here. You're going to sight the center. So when I move over to parallax here, I can sight this center right here. Now, if I want to stop and check the aim line, you better believe it's there. It's there 100%. I can aim it up. But as you become a master at this, efficiency sets in. You become efficient with this. Your visual intelligence, which can have 40 million things going on in a second, can process all of this faster than lightning can occur. So the way to see this 15 outside as far as sighting goes is to look at the object ball, not the cue ball. Now, when you've been sighting and things have been clicking for you, I'll guarantee you, you haven't been trying to aim this up. It's when you try to aim the center to this edge, well, your feet will start moving around like you can't get settled in. But when you start sighting the correct way, just look at the cue ball, the object ball, sorry. Look at the object ball, and you will pick up a perception of center to SP15. And it will look something like this in your brain. Center to SP15. That's what your brain will be picking up. Your brain actually thinks it's picking up a 15-degree angle, but what it's picking up is a 15-degree perception. So, I hope that this information is certainly helpful to you. As I've always said, CTE gets easier and easier and easier, deeper and deeper and deeper. There's nothing in this book that has changed. It's just that you're getting a look now at CTE through that of a master's vision. Thank you very much.